What's up, CEOs? I meant to put on my ear pods or AirPods so that the sound was better. But if you're watching, did I mess it up? Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna need flash. But yeah, if you're watching right now, you're probably watching a replay. So let me know you're watching by typing replay in the comments. That gives me an idea of when you're watching these. I know I keep saying that because I am looking at, what's the best time, but I'm thinking this is probably like the best time, and you watch when you watch. But it is nice to know who's watching, and I get to know people, so definitely let me know. Let me know who you are coming in. Make sure this flash is on because I am going to need that. So CEOs, for those who don't know me, I am Shamel Leonard. And I started the auto dealer business school because I was a frustrated auto dealer who felt like I just didn't really know what was going on, what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and how long to do it, right? So I thought to myself, why isn't there an auto dealer business school that can just tell me how to do this for my level of business? Like, there were a lot of resources then, but they were all for like the really big dealerships. And I was like, well, that's great, but what they're doing does not translate to what I need to do right now, because I need to do it streamlined, I need to do it efficiently, and I need to do it with a small team. So that's why I started the Auto Dealer Business School, is to give small business dealers the tools they need to sell quality used cars to happy customers, okay, and make lots of money, okay, because that's really why we're doing this in the end, is because we see some kind of financial future that we're trying to build, and this business can lend to that. So if that is you, then I focus a lot on the business side of selling cars, and definitely also in selling the cars, like the quality of the cars, and making sure you make a good investment in each car that you buy and intend to sell. But I do talk a lot about the business side because there was nobody out there really talking about that, like how to operate the business and how to know when you're in trouble and how to know when it's time to expand, right? So today I'm talking to my car flippers. Those who flip cars are near and dear to my heart because that's how I started. I started flipping cars with my husband, and then that led to getting licensed and then trying to take it to the next level. So I want to talk to the car flippers who are flipping cars currently and want to take it to the next level, which means you want to automate your business. You want to make more money by working less. Hey, Antonio. You want to have a team. You want to run a business that is legit and you can sleep well at night, right? Like, you really just want to level up, and it's time for that, because what you're doing is great and all, but at the end of the day, you realize it's still a hustle. Okay. And I'm not knocking the hustle at all. But what I'm saying is, how long are you going to hustle? How long are you going to be in that space? Life is constantly evolving and changing, so we need to as well. So let's see what else I need to tell you before I get into this. Okay, so what I do need to tell you is, if you are flipping cars currently and you want to take it to the next level, I want to invite you to schedule a strategy session with me, and I'll put the link in the description. And in this strategy session, we'll spend 30 minutes talking about you, your business, and what you need to do to take it to the next level. So can you all hear me? Can you hear me? Because I'm not seeing many comments. I want to make sure y'all can hear me. So, I want to say to the people flipping cars is, you are already in this business. Okay, great. Awesome. Thanks, Antonio. How you been? My strategy session was definitely helpful. What's up, Adrian in the house? Yes, Adrian's in Drama Free Licensing. So we're definitely going to get together soon. Good to see you, Adrian. So yes, car flippers. Okay. Like, I didn't, write down many notes. I wanted to like go off the cuff because I feel like, it's near and dear to my heart what you need to do, because it's exactly what I did and what I needed to do. Okay. So let me first just start to say that you're already doing the work, and you're doing the work under the hardest conditions. You're doing what it takes to make this business successful under the hardest conditions, meaning, you have to hustle for the inventory you get, and you're doing it like kind of under the radar, right? So for you to succeed in this business just really takes putting some gas on what you're already doing. Now, right now in the industry, we're having a shakeup with inventory and the pandemic, etc. But for my car flippers, that is not really a barrier to you, because you already know how to get inventory. You've been doing it as long as you've been flipping cars. Like, you know what it takes. You didn't start out in, the cushy circumstances. You started out gritty, going place to place, getting your inventory to flip. Okay. So if you transition right now to running a used car sales business, even in the face of our inventory issues, you won't have any issue, because you already know how to get inventory. You know what you need to do to get inventory. And it will be much the same under these conditions, okay? Just amplified. So for you to take it to the next level, it really requires you, one, to believe that you can. I know that I started flipping cars because I wanted to, just kind of see how it was. Well, really just make more money. Let me just be real. Just like anytime I needed to make more money, just have more money, right? And then just kind of see how it goes, and like getting my feet wet and making sure that it works and I'm good at it, right? And then after that, then I was excited and wanted to jump out there and take a risk, and needed the money. Okay, so this is number one of what it takes to up level. I needed the money. I needed the money to get licensed and to move to the next level. And so I keep getting the question of like, how much money does it take? And to be honest, I didn't really know how to answer it, because you can do it with as little or as much as you have. Like, you can do it with what you have, right? And every level of budget you have creates a new experience, right? But I want to give a slightly different answer now, because in opening my new location, I'm realizing that I have to know more about what I have and where I'm going and how to use it, right? And so my new answer on how much money you need is, you need to calculate what your fixed costs are going to be. And your fixed costs need to include your salary and all the people that you're going to pay to be on your team. Okay. And so once you calculate your fixed costs, then you're going to understand how much money you need to spend monthly. And then you'll understand how much money you need to make monthly. And then you can figure out how many cars you need to sell to break even with that. Okay. So that's how much money you need. So then of course you calculate 1 month. You add in what the startup costs are going to be to get your license, which are all in the startup cost download. And I'll put the link in the description for you. Okay, so you need 2 months for the licensing process if you get help. If you don't get help, it's going to take you longer. So if you need help, then I'll put the link to Drama-Free Licensing so you can join that. Get help on the process, so it only takes you 2 months. And the reason why it's important that the licensing process doesn't take you a long time is because the longer it takes you, the more dollars it eats up. Okay, so it's going to dig into your budget. All right, so you want to tighten up that licensing process by, getting a plan on how to complete the process so that you keep as much money in-house to then put forward to your monthly expenses. And then I would say have a runway of 3 to 6 months of of fixed costs covered, okay? And that's including your salary, all right? Your salary, how many cars you need to buy, etc. So you need to do that math, all right? You need to do that math to understand how much you need. I really can't tell you how much it takes because I don't know how much you want to make. I talk to people all the time and they're like, if I could just make $10,000 a month, or if I can make $50,000 a month, or if I can make $5,000 a month. So it really depends on how much you want to pay yourself monthly. So that's the first thing. Then once you know that number, then you got to get that money. Now let me just say that the world is wonderful and life is wonderful. And once you set your mind to something, things seem to open up and line the way, right? It's like opportunities just flow right in front of you for that to come into fruition, all right? So I know that sounds very magical, and I never have been this magical person before, but now that I'm getting older, I definitely understand that once you decide and make up your mind that you're moving in a direction, it is supported. And you will get everything you need. And opportunities for this money will come to you that you have no idea that it would even come to you. Okay, so that's number one. So if you also are like, yeah, but I need more control over this process on getting this money, so what could I do? Then the other strategy that you can do to make sure you get this money for going to the next level is you can start building your business credit. And that is definitely something that I help walk you through, but I also give you resources on where you can go to get more information and help you in that process. I don't know what that noise was. I guess my laptop is also connected to my headphones. So hopefully y'all can still hear me. All right. So building up your business credit will allow you to be able to get some business credit cards that you can use to fund and finance your new business. Some credit cards, also some credit lines, all right? And that is something I am walking people through in drama-free licensing as well, that process, all right? So that's number one, is once you decide, okay, I wanna flip these cards, but I wanna do it where it's leading to a more solid and secure and stable future for me. And I'm not just out here, flipping cars whenever I have time. Then yeah, your first step is to get the budget to get licensed, because it does require you to be licensed. And to be licensed, you're required to have a location. And depending on where you are, you can start with just an office, or you can have an office and a display space, okay? Now, display space does not mean car lot. So I have another video talking about just how you can get licensed without a car lot, all right? You can still keep your overhead low while you start up, right? Because I know you out here flipping cars, I know you're sitting here like, man, if I just had the space and the infrastructure to buy more cars and flip more cars, I would make more money, because you know you're making money now and you can do it, okay? So that's number one. Any questions? Because I have been talking. I just feel like I want to reach you today because I want you to know that it's possible. I want to show you the path that you can take to make it come true. Okay, so if you have any questions, please put it in the comments. All right, so then after you get licensed, the next very, very big part of running a business is understanding how to run the business, okay? And what I mean is, it has taken me some years to put together and understand, like when I first got licensed in 2012, okay, so I'm celebrating 10 years this year, y'all. But when I first got licensed in 2012, like the fact that I knew very little is like just astonishing to me, that I didn't understand all the moving parts. And there are a lot of moving parts, but I don't want you to be scared by the moving parts, because that's just the way it is, right? Like, it's a lot to do a lot of things that we do, but we still do them as long as we understand what it takes, right? So you need to then understand how to run your business and how to make sure that your business is healthy, and how to know when to make the right moves. And you need to stay away from floor plans in the beginning. Okay, let me just say that. You need to learn how to run your business first before you get involved with them floor plans, because that will put you out of business if you don't know how to use that right. And you just really need to set up your systems, and you need to automate. You need to hire people, and you need to streamline your sales, selling the cars, right? So that's all the stuff that I cover in the accelerator program. I have revamped the accelerator program to include specifically the team part, the hiring part, because I know a lot of people are hesitant about that. A lot of people are like, oh, I don't have anybody I trust, or, how do I pay them? Or like, there are 1,000,005 questions about hiring people. And I understand, because I had the same questions, but now I have the solution, right? And helping you hire people and have a team with low cost. So that is new in the accelerator program, because that is needed. You can't do it all by yourself. If you're doing it all by yourself, it's just now a glorified hustle. And I don't know about you, but my hustle days are long behind me. I am matured. Okay, I am all the way grown, and I want to do it all the way grown. I'm not hustling. I'm not waking up in the middle of the night. I'm not. Okay, I want leisure, predictability, comfort. Okay, so that's what I put into my business, and also how I put into what I put into the accelerator program. Okay, so I got some questions. Let me know if you have any questions about running the business, because I feel like I skipped over a lot of details there, because there are a lot of details, and I can't tell you all the details now, but I am going to have a workshop soon called How to Open Your Dealership. All right, so I'm going to put the link there so you can get on the wait list, so you could be notified, because I only do these for a short period of time. I cannot go through all the details, but I want to give you all the details, because you need to know all the details. And I'm only saying it like that, not to imply that it's overwhelming, but to imply that you can't be out here not knowing the details. Okay, that's like a recipe for struggle, and we're not doing that in 2022, right? Do you have to have your physical location before applying for your LLC, or can you use the UPS PO box and transfer address later? Yes, you can. So, great question, Adrian. In the drama-free licensing, in the business setup part, I walk you through how to set up your business and where you can get an address just to set up your business and establish your business credit before you get your location for your license. Now, understand, you have to get a proper location for your license. And when I say proper, I mean it has to be zoned, and it has to have the furniture needed to be approved, and it has to have internet and phone and a landline, right? But in the meantime, in between time, you can use any address to just establish your business, so you can go through the business credit building process. All right. Does it answer your question? Should I create an LLC, then file under a C Corp for tax purposes? So I have to disclaim that I'm not a tax advisor. I'm not giving tax advice right now. What works for me is S Corp, not C Corp. Not right now in where my business is. Okay. So S Corp works, not C Corp for tax purposes. C Corp is going to, trigger a double taxation kind of situation. S Corp does save you in this phase of your business on the tax side of your business. Okay. So you can have an S Corp with an LLC or an INC. Okay, so if you have an LLC, you can elect for it to be an S Corp by filling out the S Corp form. All right, and these forms are also in drama-free licensing, but you can search anywhere online, okay, and get them yourself. So you can elect an S Corp for your LLC, or you can elect S Corp for your INC. Okay, I have always incorporated INC, but I've also always declared S Corp status. All right. Yes, Antonio. Does that answer your question, Antonio? Yeah, no floor plans right now, y'all. Like, I know you're sitting here like, yeah, but if I get a floor plan, I can get more inventory. Like, just don't do it right now. Like, get with somebody, if not me, get with me. Let me help you to run your business efficiently before you hop in that hot water, because that's some hot water. All right. Taniqua, what's up, girl? To hire a team, is that for people who want a lot? If you're wanting to be an auto broker with only an office, can that be done by one person? So lots of answers come to mind with that question. Great question, Taniqua. So of course you can start with one person. But the real question is that the kind of business you want to run? And what I mean by that is, do you want the funnel? Do you want everything to bottleneck with you? So that means you're buying, you're transporting, you're getting them ready, you're detailing, you're listing, you're selling, you're managing customer issues all by yourself. All right. And while it's possible, and I did do it early on in my business, I realized very quickly that's not the life I want to live. Like, that ain't it. That ain't the life. And it doesn't have to be, especially if you tweak a couple of things and you know what your process flow is. And, you know, these are all things that I have in the accelerator program for you, so that you can hire out the different parts of the process to keep it moving and moving quickly. Because the reality is, with everything starting and stopping with you, it takes you a lot longer than it needs to sell one car. And if it takes you longer to sell one car, it's going to take you longer to sell 20, to sell 100, etc., and take you longer to reach your income goals. Okay. So yes, you need to hire a team depending on what your goals are for your company. Like, if you're just making, you know, a little bit of money here and there and you're fine with that, then when you're not fine with that, then you hire a team. Okay. Does that answer your question? Adrian says, so I could use home address and registering for Auto Broker LLC. I technically don't need the physical location until I actually send it the application. So yes. Now so let me ask you this, Adrian, to make sure I give you the right answer. What are your purposes for the address? Like, are you establishing your LLC now to build business credit, or are you just establishing your LLC now to establish your LLC now? Because if you're establishing it to build business credit, you could use your home address, but that's not a good look. And you want everything to be a good look, especially when you are trying to prove to a creditor that you are credit worthy and you run a business that is a successful business. So would a successful business have a home address? And they can easily look up home address versus, you know, commercial address, right? And they do. Like, those things matter. So what is your purpose then for registering your LLC now? Because if you're not using it now, you don't have to register it now. You can register it when you are ready to send in your application. And I'm not saying like right when. It needs to happen before you send in your application, and it can happen at any point before then. So hopefully that helps, but let me know what your reasons are for wanting to do it. Okay, great. Just to establish now, not business credit on the front end, looking to start with own capital, don't want to start paying for a physical location until I absolutely need it. Okay, great. So then, to be honest, you're in no rush to establish your LLC now. I actually would not, if I were you, until I was ready to move forward with the application. Like, I'm sending, the application in. If you already have your capital, then your process and your steps are pre-licensing class and getting your, insurance stuff, And then also getting the location. Once you get the location, then you incorporate, because you'll need to change the address on your incorporation once you get your location anyway, once you get your location for the license, because that address has to match the address of the licensed location. Okay. So if I were you, I would hold off until you were ready to get your location. That's what I would say. Hopefully that helps. Okay, so I want to keep this short because I know I don't have time like that to just be watching videos, but I want to make sure you get everything you need for this video. Would you recommend creating an LLC or INC first? So I don't really know, because depending on your state, you know, different taxes have, you know, different structures have different tax liability. So what I know about LLC is that you're claiming basically all that income yourself. And so then you have to have a tax strategy to balance your LLC income, also any other income that comes in your Social Security number. Okay, because all that income is reported to the IRS and reported as your income, and then it's taxed at that tax bracket. Okay, so this is all about tax strategy. So you need to decide, okay, depending on how much money I made this year that's being reported to my Social Security number, and then if I add the money that I made under my LLC, where is my tax bracket? How much money do I need to will I owe in taxes going that way versus the INC way, where, you know, you as an officer can take income, but you have more flexibility on how you take that income and how it's reported. Okay, so that's really all I can say on that. It's about your tax strategy. So what I would recommend is you calculate how much money you earned last year, project how much money you think you earn under your LLC, add that up, then look up what your tax bracket would be, what percentage of taxes you'll owe, and then see that number. And if that number is like, whoa, that's a lot, then you need a new strategy to not pay as much in taxes, because all of that is a tax strategy. LLC versus INC versus S Corp versus C Corp. That's all your tax strategy. And we do talk about tax strategy in the accelerator program, because that is a big part of owning a business, is how you're taxed. You want to keep as much money as you can. Okay. Adrian, perfect. Makes sense. Thank you. Awesome. I thought this more about flipping. Okay, Dave, so ask more questions. What do you want to know? I mean, because I'm not advocating flipping, I'm advocating opening a dealership, really, because flipping is great, but it's time to move to the next level, which is starting your business that has a solid tax strategy that shields your personal income from being overtaxed. You can have benefits with your business as well as make the income you need for your new lifestyle, the lifestyle you desire, plus be able to sell really great cars to your community and to your family and friends. Those are all the reasons why I'm advocating for opening a dealership. I'm not advocating for flipping cars. I think it's great to start there, but I don't think it's great to stay there. I think it's the best thing to do is to start a business and run your business well, so that you are building wealth. Like it's part of your wealth strategy now, because as long as you're flipping cars, you're not building wealth. Making money and building wealth are two different things. And that is what I focus on, is building wealth, not just making money. Right? Because you can make money and then you're going to have to keep making money every day. You're going to have to keep making money if you just making money. But if you build wealth, then you don't have to keep making money. You building wealth, you can sit down, chill, you know, because you have a wealth machine making you money. Right? So that's my standpoint. I'm not about just being out here just, you know, flipping cars, making money. It's time to be more strategic and plan. And, you know, plan for a better future. Antonio says, wow, Shamel is the best. Oh, thank you. Thank you for your wisdom and time. Great. I'm glad this was helpful. But Dave, I do want to know what you want to know about, you know, because you have that question, somebody else has that same question, but I just wanted to be clear that flipping cars ain't it for always and forever. Like, yes, start there, but don't get stuck there. Decide after you flip cars if you want to move to the next level or if you want to move to some other business idea that's going to build you wealth. Because at the end of the day, my people, we need to build wealth, okay? There is no one out here who is building wealth for us. So we need to build wealth. Marijuana, hey girl. Clarification question. Are you classifying flipping cars with the wholesale dealer license and advocating instead for a retail dealer license? Great question. I wasn't. I was really talking about people who are flipping cars with no license, okay? But yes, even with the wholesale dealer license, I am advocating that you get a retail dealer license, because with the wholesale license, then you aren't able to sell to the public. And as a small dealer, most of your business are going to come from the people who are closest to you, like your family and friends. And so to build your business the fastest, you want to definitely be able to service that network with cars and, you know, make your money. So retail license is going to allow you to do that. Now, a wholesale dealer license, in my opinion, I think works really well for people who get cars for next to nothing. So like, you know, many mechanics I know, people leave their cars or they sell their cars to them for next to nothing, right? Those people are best positioned to succeed with the wholesale license because they get the product for next to nothing, and the labor to transform it into a sellable product is within their reach. It's already within their skill set. Okay, so add those two things together, you have a little bit in the investment, you can get a lot out in a wholesale deal in that scenario. But most of us don't have that scenario, and then we don't have the volume that actually creates the wealth. Okay, so wholesale license, in my opinion, is having a solid hold on getting inventory, being able to turn that inventory over in a short period of time, also with less money, and also having the volume to make it worth your while, because you're making less as a wholesale deal on average than you are on a retail deal. So then that means you have to sell more cars to hit your monthly goal of $10,000, $20,000, $50,000. Okay. All right, marijuana. Great. Thanks for the response. Okay, great. Yes. So that is what I have to say. I'm searching right now to make sure I got it all out, and I'm leaving it all here for you who are flipping cars, because this is the year I'm here to make you make a decision. Like, which way are you going to go? Either you're going to stick with this car thing and you're going to take it to the next level and you're going to do what you need to do to make your dreams come true and to build your dream dealership, or you're going to decide you're not, and you're going to stop wasting your time here and move on to what is meant for you. Okay, I just really want the best for you. I want you to succeed in this, and it's time to make a decision. If you are ready and you know you're ready to move to the next level with this used car business, I offer free strategy sessions. And over the years, I have done 400 strategy sessions, okay? And I have people all the time who are like, thank you. You really helped me to decide and move in the right direction. And then some of those people join the accelerator program, and I get the opportunity to help them build their dream dealership and, you know, the profitability. And we're building a really great community at the Auto Dealer Business School of some people, some like-minded people who love business, but also want to be responsible in business. Like, you know, they can't be out here selling bad cars and look they mama in the face or they grandma and be like, you know, I'm out here selling bad car. No, like, these are the people who come to Auto Dealer Business School, the ones who want to make money, but also want to make sure, you know, they're doing people right. And you can, even with these cars that, you know, cash cars that we have to deal with, right? So yeah, that's what I'm here for. I'm always praying for you, but get what you need. If you're sitting on the fence, I know there are lots of people who are watching me who haven't done anything yet, haven't scheduled a strategy session, and I know you have your reasons. I'm not into like, you know, shaming or pushing you or whatever. Like when it's time, but it's time to make a decision, right? It's time. And if you've just been watching, it's time to make a decision. So I'll put some things in the description for you. What did I say? Startup, download, drama-free licensing, to schedule a strategy session, and also to join the wait list for the How to Open a Dealership online workshop. Okay, remind us, did you buy here, pay here? Yes, I did. Okay, just curious. Yes, I do. It's not my favorite, and I'm going to share, you know, why, but it is a necessity if you're selling cash cars, and it can be a great model. So yes, you do have to be very organized though with buy here, pay here. That is what I want to say. You have to be extremely organized. It is a system, and it is actually, it's not complex, but it is definitely a system, and you have to be organized. All right. Hey, Suze, what's up? I own a car lot already, but I'm taking a no debt in my business. What info you think of an approach like this? I mean, I think that that's a great thing, especially when you're starting out, to have no debt, for sure. Because if you're in debt, you got more stress on you while you're trying to figure out this business. So if you have no debt and you are and you're doing it alone, that's the way to do it. Now, if you're taking out debt and you get a mentor, you can also succeed like that. Okay, because your mentor, if it's me, I can only speak for me, can tell you how to spend that money, how to streamline it so that you can maximize your investment to get out in your business. All right, you're welcome. I look forward to working with whoever is called to work with a mentor. So definitely check out the links in the description. And I'm going to see you next week. I'm going to talk about building my new location. Okay, so I've been building my new location. I've been holding a lot of things in because I'm really private, but I do want to tell you how it's going because I know that we're in this together. And I'm not just saying that because, you know, people say that, but you know, we are a collective and we're in this together. So if I'm feeling it and going through it, I know you are too. So I pledge to help. So I need to tell you what I've been going through and how you can, and how if you're going through it too, you can get through it. Okay. Yes, thank you on the new location. Thank you, Adrian. All right, CEOs. I feel like I want this video to go on longer. Like, yeah, it's good talking to you all, and it's good that it's helpful. So, like I said, I'm praying for you. I want to just say, don't just wish for it. You have to also work for it. All right. It does take work. There's no such thing as an overnight success. I used to want to do the get rich quick thing, and it's no such thing. Like, overnight success takes 5 years minimum. Okay. If you don't believe me, you guys, anybody who has been through it, it's no such thing. So you gotta like put your head down and do the work. All right, so let's do the work together. Hey, Judah, yes, better together, yes. Jesus, yes. Faith with works, yes. Antonio, yes. You're welcome, Dave, yes. Real talk, Judah, yes. All right, CEOs, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next week. Bye.